Welcome to our return to Fire Emblem Engage after about a month away after having previously completed the entirety of the main campaign. We completed it without access to the expansion pass because I wanted to retain the original balancing of the game while we were already playing a fairly gentle run through merely hard difficulty. In classic mode with permanent death, of course, but with everybody surviving as usual. And as the expansion pass has completely launched as of early April, I've decided to finally plug it in and discovered that indeed the balancing is thrown off quite a bit by just the massive raft of additional items that you're given. We'll see if I can actually show this off somehow, but yeah, it loads you up with just a ton of stuff. Points galore, tons of cash, a lot of fairly impactful items as well, including some that are genuine rarities, like the boots and a seraph robe and so on, the usual things that are going to take you quite a bit to earn during the main campaign, and only in very finite quantities. But anyway, we have the pass now, and that means we have a couple of orders of business. First of all, there are going to be the 6 maps that have been added to the campaign, and which give you access to 6 emblem rings, I believe, representing characters from across the series. And that is separate from the Fell Xenologue expansion, which is a separate story campaign that has its own save and its own difficulty, I think, and is just its own little alternate history, so far as I can tell. So we'll be doing the Wave 1 to 3 DLC maps first, the ones that actually interact with the characters in the party that you've built so far. I believe there's some kind of level scaling involved, and so it will scale to the post-game state of our party, where we're right at the point of no return before the final boss, without any of the changes or leveling or anything reflected in how we did in the final map, apart from just being stamped with the post-game completion. You'll notice that one of the completion bonuses that we got from the end of the campaign is the music track that you're listening to right now, the alternate track in the sawmill, which has the main Fire Emblem fanfare on this rather delicate guitar. So, without further ado though, when you load in a DLC, you get a notification requesting that you check 2 locations, one being the Ancient Well, and the other one being the Lookout Ridge. So we're going to check the well first here, and we'll see what that pops up.
Divine One, we have been getting reports lately of a strange presence coming from this well. I have not been able to find anything unusual about it, but perhaps you should investigate.
Okay, so this is Fell Xenologue. As I said before, we're probably going to save it for later. Although I think it just kind of has its own independent existence. Its own difficulty tuning, I think. Yeah. And just probably its own party setup that is separate from anything I do in the main game, if the previous expansion for 3 houses, Cindered Shadows, is any indication. So we'll see. We'll do this second. We'll be doing the waves in order. We'll start with waves 1 to 3 maps first, and I think in order to access those, I will have to go through the Lookout Ridge instead. Kind of makes sense that you'd be starting at the well. As far as I remember from the trailer for Fell Xenologue, it does kind of connect to the weapons that you were given from the well in one of the previous DLC patches. I think it was Represai and Revanche, the Lance and the Axe. But we won't see that just yet. We'll be heading to the Lookout Ridge instead. You know what, let's just dash over. It's been a while since I've been here. Can't necessarily navigate our way around as smoothly as we did before.
Divine One, we discovered this mysterious bracelet in southern Firenze. There appear to be more of them enshrined.
Yes, Beeminus, these are the DLC maps that you have done,
should investigate.
Which I tried to not pay too much attention to when you were running them yourself, so as to avoid spoiling myself on anything. In terms of spoilers, you won't be spoiled on a map. You might be spoiled on some of the party members that I have access to. If it comes as a surprise to you that I've recruited certain people much later in the main campaign, because this is on my post-game file. The Fell Xenologue expansion that was just patched in, which wait for, I'll be doing after I do the DLC maps, I think. Let me guess, you recruit all the villains? Maybe. You know, everybody's a villain in their own story. Or something like that. But I believe this is going to give me the house leaders in 3 houses.
The presence inside is complicated, but I think I have the invocation.
Yeah, I don't think there are any really genuine surprises when it comes to the character set that you'll get.
Lead us, Emblem of Rivals.
Character spoilers, just not story? Yeah, there won't be anything in the story other than, of course, just the characters you get. Anyway, here they are. A terrific trio. You're almost positive the hounds join me. Well,
finally, we're free.
You never know.
I am Emblem Edelgard.
More about that I will not say. But there has been a significant number of characters that I just haven't used at all anyway, because, you know, I think this game does have a way of becoming a bit top-heavy in terms of strongly incentivizing you to focus on your core party to a much greater extent than some of the other Fire Emblem games have done in the past. Tactics 47, welcome.
Pleased to meet you. I am Emblem Dimitri.
I used Clan and Etienne quite a bit early in the game. I think both of their roles were kind of displaced by other characters as I went along.
I guess that makes me Emblem Claude. Hi there.
That must have been a crowded bracelet. Sorry.
3 for the price of 1.
Introduce myself. I'm the Divine Dragon. You're obviously not from Elios.
I actually hardly used Diamond. I mean, I know my post-game stats from my main run at this point, but I think I only really used him on 1 map.
Until recently, we were the guardians.
But I like his hit percentage ability. I just didn't
we were moved somehow.
really have room for him in my party. Anyway, if my voice is sounding a bit off, it is actually a little bit off, but hopefully I can speak well enough to guide you through the game. It's not quite at 100%. I'm still kind of recovering lately, but we are back anyway.
I get the feeling.
And as always, do let me know if there are any issues with the sound, the production, etc.
No need for that. You were able to summon us, and your timing is excellent. We were just growing weary of each other's conversation.
Speak for yourself. I thought Dimitri's stories were getting better with every telling.
Yes, the sarcastic interruptions kept increasing too. Coincidence, I'm sure.
And yeah, Tactics 47, I wasn't actually sick or anything. My voice has just been a little creaky lately, so.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Really, Edelgard?
She's kidding. You can tell because her face looks exactly the same as when she's serious.
We have always been in competition. It will be refreshing to join forces.
B-Minutes, there are 2 types of Fire Emblem players. I don't think those are really mutually exclusive.
I should explain.
Why not
We were all
both?
students at the Officers Academy, but we led different.
I mean, that's what you say as soon as you see Camilla from Fire Emblem Fates, right? Like, why not both?
That's what you meant by competition.
Now, the funny thing is, when I played Conquest, I actually didn't use Camilla very much.
Yes. We only truly came together for special events, like the Battle of the Eagle and Lion.
A traditional mock battle between the houses to celebrate one another's strengths.
It probably would have made my life a lot easier if I had used the Lords quite a lot more in Conquest than I did.
The real celebration was afterward. Our festivities got rather exuberant that night.
Dimitri looks pretty straight-laced, but don't let him fool you. Between you and me, he's like a force of destruction at a party. I'm surprised they didn't expel his whole house for those shenanigans.
Must have been quite a night.
You only just met him, so you can't tell if he's joking.
Come on, be fair. At least a third of what I say is worth hearing.
You do know a third is less than half, right?
I see we've gained some dependable allies.
Okay,
Professor,
so
You're here as
Big
well?
reunion here.
Now, what an honor it will be to fight by your side.
If you're that honored, I'll have to make sure I'm at my best.
This little reunion reminds me of the day we first met the professor.
You mean that night our camp was attacked by bandits?
I don't remember B-Minutes very much about how I set up my Corrin back in Conquest.
That's right. Only now, Claude won't be able to make any strategic retreats.
I actually never got around to playing Revelation, in spite of the fact that I do have it on my physical card, which is probably the most valuable Nintendo item I own.
I guess we are sort of stuck together now, aren't we? I hate to say it, but we'll need to learn to get along better if we're fighting on the same side. Yes, you will.
True. None of us can do all that we must.
Revelations was largely download only, unless you got the special edition all-in-one physical card that had all 3 routes on the cartridge, as well as 9 save slots instead of the usual 3. I don't pick up special editions all that often, but I knew immediately I needed that one, and predictably, because of the situation with Revelations effectively being delisted with the closure of the 3DS eShop, that whole thing has gone up multiple times in price, and I'm never relinquishing it. So, someday, we'll play through the remaining content. Oddly enough, in spite of the fact that I own all of the main campaigns on physical, I didn't bother to complete the rest of the DLC for Fire Emblem Fates, because, you know, I'm just never going to get around to it, and I already massively overspent on mopping up things I needed on the 3DS last month.
But together, as part of this army, I think defeat is inconceivable.
If it's totally sealed, maybe it goes for 2K. I know it doesn't actually go for that much, because I was looking at eBay prices for various 3DS items around the time, and Wii U items around the time the eShop closed last month, just to see what was, you know, theoretically still obtainable, or what I should hang on to at all costs, etc. It is definitely at least in the high hundreds, though, even for the loose cart, as far as I know.
Maybe I sound arrogant, but I'm that confident in the skills our professor has taught us. Wouldn't you agree, my teacher?
Of course. I am proud of you all.
But yeah, it's amazing what goes up with time.
Our power is at your disposal. Please make the most of it.
I think Fire Emblem is in a very unique position sometimes when it comes to collecting older games, simply because it is a series that has very steadily increased in popularity and prestige with time, which is why, you know, stuff that had low print runs, which people passed over in their own day, like Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn especially, have just skyrocketed in price.
Victory will be ours. Have no fear.
And if these two and their conventional tactics fail, maybe I'll show you a few tricks.
And the amazing
That's
thing is
all
that it keeps
very
happening.
reassuring. Thank you. I'll do my best to help the 3 of you work together.
Yeah, I played them through Dolphin originally as well. It's funny because I was actually just getting into Fire Emblem via Game Boy Advance around the time that Path of Radiance came out, and I was basically just too late to actually pick up Path of Radiance on disc. Okay. So anyway, finally we get to the actual description of the triple emblem here. It might be similar to what Byleth does with the weapon switch depending on character. Switching off at random though, so I guess it's not dependent on the character class that you bind them to. Zig's skill is Gambit. Flame Gambit, Shield Gambit, Poison Gambit. I hope it's easier to inspect that than to inspect the abilities when you switch between Erica and Ephraim, but we'll see about that soon enough. Yeah, the engaged weapons kind of match up to and Byleth having access to these as well. Three different attacks. Oh, okay, so you can spend the remaining turns, I see. If you just want to blitz somebody down right away. Gauge attack, houses unite. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on stream fiddling with my loadout. Emblem bracelets, island from the world map. So I think what I will probably do is just pop them on my main character, because right now I actually don't have an emblem ring on my avatar. I have one of the bond rings that has an added ability. Let me see if I can show that off. Is one of the random rolls that's S rank. We got Ryoma from Fire Emblem Fates, and we had the Bushido ability on him. I thought it would be fun to play around with that, since this is one of the few S rank rings that I have that actually does have a special ability. But we'll probably just get over to Edelgard. And I guess it only shows me Edelgard at level 1. Yeah, you're not sure if it's random or it rotates depending on character. I mean, there's an easy way to check. I mean, everybody just lists Edelgard, so it's not class dependent in a way that Violet's weapons are. But we'll probably just put this ring on and see what happens. I might even give it an initial boost as well. Also notice that it doesn't cap at level 10, it caps all the way at level 20, so this is independent of any paralogue, obviously, because there is no Edelgard paralogue. But if you level up, you do get access to a couple of additional weapons, it seems, including Dimitri's Lance. You're saying, oh, that's why you get it now. About what specifically? About Violet's setup or something else? Anyway, let's see. Just looking at any kind of inheritable skills that we might want to actually use. Attack a foe, poison, and all foes adjacent to it. I've hardly used poison at all in this game, even when I do use the thieves and the daggers, actually. I feel like the poison rate has largely been very low, at least with the configurations that I've been on. Why the Three Houses peeps could level up past 10, but no one else can? You only just barely did that, Lucina Paralogue. Yeah, I did see you complete that. And it's at the end of completing the emblem paralogues that you unlock levels 10 through 20, so not to spoil anything, let's show you Lucina. As you'll notice, now I have Lucina all the way up to 20, as you've seen on your own file. And yeah, there's something else with that system that maybe I shouldn't talk about yet because you haven't seen it, but you've kind of got the idea. I think at your point in your file currently, at B-Minutes, you will have unlocked Lynn's paralogue as well, since you do have her available already after Chapter 11, as far as I believe. So anyway, I'm just looking at this and wondering, is there any particular reason why I might want to boost up to 5 right away? Not really. I don't particularly care about the inheritance on these just yet. We'll just... Yeah, okay, so here it is. At the start of the player phase, the emblem will randomly switch to Edelgard, Dimitri, or Claude. So it switches turn by turn. What is Assembly Gambit, then? Used to attack an adjacent foe, move 1 space away. Okay, tap and then back up. Tap and then pull back. Right, okay, so this is the pullback ability. It's actually, I think, called Assembly Gambit because this is what the, what is it? The Battalion Gambit ability is in Three Houses. That there is a particular battalion that does let you drag enemies like this. So that's what the assembly is about. I don't think there are any additional gambits we need to be aware of, I think. Yeah, these are just based on the battalions, then. Okay, so we'll look at this situationally, I think, and just see what happens. Yeah, this is pretty much equivalent to what Roy does already. negate damage from first attacks of ranged foes. Yeah. Yeah, the battalions were a pretty interesting system. I think there's a certain kinship between the emblem engage system in this one and the battalions. In some ways, in terms of just having this extra vector of configurability between units. But, I mean, Three Houses had this dramatically different use of space as a game, though. It was much, much more spread out just because of the size of the bosses and the size of the battalion abilities and the amount of movement things that you could have access to in your kit. Like movement skills, like, you know, shove and swap and reposition and all that. It seemed like in Three Houses, my party was always just all over the map at once, whereas Engage was much more like classic Fire Emblem, where you're making defensive clusters all the time. At least if you play like me. Anyway, we haven't even started anything yet. We're about 20 minutes in. Let's just go. We got a huge amount of cash and materials when I plugged in a DLC, but I'll look at that afterwards. I think we'll be fine with our current weapon set as is. We'll deal with all the weapon forging off stream. And just go with what we have. Although I might want to apply something like the Surf Robe or the Boots to somebody if the difficulty tuning looks like it might need it. Where was that island just now? Let's... Hang on, let's see where we are. DLC Island down here, right? So we return to one of the earliest maps and we plug in over there. Okay. Or can I get there with fast travel? Hang on. I'm just showing off all the destinations on the map at this point. Let's just go all the way back to start, maybe. Oh, whoops. Let's go up. Fast travel from Somniel. Oh, yeah, of course. I should have thought about that. That's okay. We'll do things the long way. Anyway, here we are, DLC Island. And we'll see how many maps we can get done tonight. By the time I was near the end of the main campaign, I was largely only doing 1 or 2 maps a stream. Mostly because I'm slow. But anyway, you can use the world map menu to return to the Somniel and skirmishes. Okay. Right, okay, so you can just warp back and forth. Yep. Anyway. Oh, and it even displays that on the bottom left. It's just so you see what is available when you do fast travel. I see, so it's fast travel like this. And it tells you duration about 20 turns. That's interesting. We didn't have that kind of indication on any of the main maps. Anyway, let's just dive in. This map was tough for you, but I'm probably much better equipped. Well, it depends, because there is quite a bit of scaling in this game with the skirmishes, for instance, in terms of things
Here we are.
kind of matching the
The
top
island
end of
south
your
of
party
Pyramid.
rather than
I definitely feel the presence
anything
of an
lower,
emblem.
so... I know that for me the experience was that because I was doing all the paralogs as soon as they became available, that the skirmish maps on the side were consistently tuned quite a lot harder than the main campaign itself. And at the end of the main campaign, I don't think I ever did about like maybe fewer than 10 skirmish maps. And most of those near the beginning, when I was just trying to get characters from level 19 to 20. Anyway.
That looks like an altar over there.
With a bracelet resting
Let's
on
get
top of it.
rolling.
Must be the emblem inside.
You think your advantage will be that you did the DLC island maps already and have the emblems, yeah. Yeah, I would expect that the main campaign is going to be quite a bit easier for you. Because for me, without the DLC and with doing the Paralogues right away, it was really the kind of mid-section of the game where the game was really kind of pressing me in some ways, but particularly if you do the emblem Paralogues while you're very under-equipped and you have nobody on board, so...
What is it, Divine One?
It won't surprise you to know, of course, that
to me.
the rings that you have in the early game do come back to you at some point. That's no surprise, I think, given just how many resources one invests in building up some of those links.
I'll try summoning the emblem now. Dreamwell, emblem of dragons.
Okay, let's finally get started. Now, we do know already this is Tiki. The Tiki Tong Terror, as they say in Donkey Kong Country Returns. B-Minutes actually doesn't. The end originally stood for neutral. Because it was a username I used as a throwaway account in a couple of places. And
But who are you?
then I started posting more and more on that account on various video game spaces, and it just kind of stuck. So, anyway, the N can stand for a whole bunch of things now. I abbreviated it in the first place because it would fit my Maker ID in Mario Maker 2. And it just kind of stuck from there. Also to avoid overlap with somebody else who might coincidentally have had the name ages and ages ago. And yeah, if you've watched my stream before, when I do use my Switch account for things like Super Mario 35 or other multiplayer things, that is my name. So, not particularly a secret.
I'm the Divine Dragon.
Divine Dragon? Why, that's what I am too.
So if I ever drop by your Mario Kart sessions or whatever, you'll know who I am. Which I should at some point. But even when you were running the 13-hour stream the other day, that was slightly out of reach for me, so.
I must thank you for waking me.
I can relate to that, Tiki.
I know my bracelet friends and I were all somewhere, very far away.
Do I know what the B stands for in B-Minutes? I hadn't thought about it, actually.
We fought in so many battles. I cannot recall how they ended.
I just assumed it was a variable.
I do remember someone very gentle helping me to sleep.
Someone gentle.
I was kept asleep in my former world too. But then Mama made it so that I didn't need to sleep anymore.
Do you mean Marth?
You know him?
I do. Emblem Marth has been a guardian of Elios for a long time.
Some of my best friends are emblems from Fire Emblem 1.
If you'd be willing to join him in fighting to save this world, we'd be very grateful.
I would love to join your group. Traveling with so many new friends sounds like fun. But if I'm to join you, I'd like to see what drives you to fight.
Well,
Will you show me
B-Minutes,
your essence?
until I've been informed otherwise, I'll just assume it's Balthazar.
Of course. How do we do that?
Why, that's easy. You can battle against me. Then I'll know your true nature, and you don't.
Anyway,
need to
same
hold
routine
back.
as usual.
I am really
We
quite
fight with
strong.
her to earn her. Now, I've been away from this game for about a month. Hopefully, I remember what I was doing with some of my party setups. I did know from glancing at your stream, B-Minutes, that these maps actually do start you off with very small parties. We haven't been back down to a party of 8 in quite a long time. Because it, of course, steadily expands as you go along. So we'll see who's actually going to be a fit. We'll only be using a fraction of the emblems we have. I guess the tuning is with the expectation that maybe you'll be doing these maps after Chapter 11 rather than at the end of the game, and so, you know, small parties would naturally be the way to go in terms of balancing. The Tiki emblem is amazing. Do I know her epic ability? I don't think I do, actually. Let's take a look at what the boss flavor of the ability will be, as I kind of get my hands on the interface again. Ice barrier. Looks like we'll probably have to take down the barrier, probably by standing on sigils, I would guess. No items on her, no weapons. So what does she do? Initiates combat, has chance of receiving critical hit. Okay, that's unfortunate given how crit dependent we are. Enhanced stat growth when leveling up. Probably snacks well with somebody like Jean. Wait without attacking or using items. Okay. At the start of the player phase. But then if it's on the enemy, does this actually mean start of the player phase or start of the enemy phase? Since... Anyway, no, I mean it has to be the enemy phase. Or... No, well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll actually read it. Transforms into and fights as a dragon while engaged. Okay. Oh, probably has the penetrating attack and everything if it's anything like the other dragons we've seen in the game. Where it just ignores defense. Grant one ally a revival stone. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, that looks like it's potentially pretty useful. You use her on Jean, I see. Turn 1 gives someone a revival stone. Yeah, I know. Just it reminds me of something. Like, I don't remember when the last time I saw the revival stone mechanic was. I don't remember if that was in Fates or something, where you could give somebody insurance. It distantly rings a bell, and I just don't remember which Fire Emblem it came from. Because that's not the first time I've seen a revival mechanic like that. I don't think so, anyway. Anyway, let's see what we're doing. We're starting with the cluster of 8 over here. Protection tile over here. It looks like we have... thief over here. Oh, yeah. It might be a thief race to get over to the chest. I mean, we'll definitely have to disable the barrier somehow. This is a fairly sizable map, actually. We'll see who we take in with us. Let me actually try to get my additional info screen up. There we go. Oh, in terms of level scaling, notice that everybody is just capped out at level 20 or 40. In fact, everybody is just absolutely level capped with a respective class. So we'll just have to deal with that. Moose 7 on a Swordmaster. Interesting. Why would it be? Terrain +2. Okay, that's interesting. That basically they can skate on the ice. Right, because it's movement +2 under frost. So this is an ice skating map. Those dragons were a problem for you. Well, we'll see. Now, if this is a floor modification, does that affect flyers? It does not. So, frost, like other ground effects, does not affect flyers. Okay, that's kind of an important thing to know. Yeah, we kind of... Okay, so this is Dragon, not Corrupted Dragon. That's important because it means we're definitely bringing Chloe on this map because we basically have a setup with Chloe and Lynn where she's a dragon sniper. And it worked out really well in the main campaign, so we'll do something similar here. But of course, you know, these guys are capped at level 40. We might not be able to one-shot them. Shouldn't count on that. But it's as with dragon setters throughout the campaign. There's a 2-range weapon and a 3-range weapon. 3-range, I think, is just the same thing, slightly reduced in damage. And it freezes. Okay, so we'll definitely need probably some kind of restoration or freeze immunity. And just going to do a quick weapon check on everybody here. See what we're dealing with. Looks like it's pretty high defense across the board here, but pretty low magic. No, pretty high magic as well. Flashing Fist. Oh yeah, we got to check the staves. Silent Staff. And Physic. Yeah, we'll have to try to snipe this off immediately if we can. So we have to be pretty careful with our party selection, but I think I know what we'll do. Okay, so... let me just deactivate quickly so we know what we have to budget for. We are definitely taking Seedall and Vale. Because they let me double up onto party. That's going to be extremely impactful with a small party of 8. So we absolutely need that. We always take Louis. Definitely take Chloe. Now, I have Anna built pretty much as my crit monster. Vale, that's a spoiler. Well, I warned you, right? That's okay. I mean, the circumstances of how you get her and when you get her are still unknown to you, so... You don't know anything about her. All you know is that it is very, very efficient with the approach that I've been taking to put Violet on her. Now, we kind of had Marin as a dual-type attacker. And we have a Silence Ward on Ivy, which I think, as long as we're not dealing with tons of anti-flyer weapons, we'll probably go with her. As long as we don't have tons of archers on the map or something, which shouldn't matter, because the thing is, Ivy plus Corrin I really quite liked. Except flyers are not really actually going to be that useful with so many impassable walls here. That's the only thing. And because I had a particular method with her where I would basically do like a mass freeze. So I think we actually will take her. And then we'll have some spell damage as well. Citrin, I think... Yeah, the thing is, my Nova spell on her is just amazing. And so we might still take her as anti-armor. We're really low on budget at this point, though. I have to cut either Anna or John. I think we're definitely taking John. So let me just think about... Yeah, we might actually take Anna instead of Citrin, but let me see if I want more magic damage or more spell damage here. Because we have a good balance of physical as hacker, so I might actually need to bench Anna for once in my life. Because she's not going to take a lot of punishment. The other thing, too, is that I think I will actually stack my Seraph Robe. So Citrin's already capped out. Probably Seraph Robe on Vale as well as the boots. Because of the way that I'm going to be using her with Byleth. Yeah, I think this will probably do. Citrin might not actually be the best idea here, just in terms of speed. Let me check speed, actually. This is important. Pretty high speed across the board, actually. Might actually need... Just given the abundance of flyers here, I might want an additional bow. I'd forgotten that Awakening lets you recruit Walhart. Maybe that was a DLC thing, I don't remember. But it's been so long since I played Awakening. Given that it came out a decade ago. I played a lot of Awakening when it came out, though. That's the reason I got the 3DS was for Awakening. Okay. Let's see here. Just going to inspect everything I can and probably plan out the first move. Silver Dagger. Yeah, I'm a little worried about the speed, but... I guess Citrin's a little bit slow for this. Rescue Staff is going to be useful, though. And Warp Ragnarok will also be pretty useful, so... Let me think about this, because it's been so long since I've actually worked with this party, I don't remember what kind of setup we should be going for. Because I was doing all kinds of Warp Staff cheese with Pandoreo, but we're running out of Warp Staves, so... It might not actually work anymore. Oh yeah, we already looped her around to level 1 with the second seal, so yeah, we'll actually do this. We'll be using our units that we already kind of level capped once, and we'll take them around a loop, so... I think this will be a good approach. We'll probably cap out Vale and Seedall by the time we're done, but... It's just a matter of whether I want more physical damage, but I think between Louis, Chloe, and Jean, we're okay. So we'll go with that. Alright, so what do we have here? First turn, we got to take out this guy who's speed 31. Resilience 16, we'll probably just drop spells on him. And this guy too. Got to tank the dagger damage. And yeah, let me just kick the message there. Louis is mostly unkillable. Well, he's definitely unkillable now because I finally had the wisdom to build a particular ability on him. I put... what was it? I put Para up on him. Because for a while I didn't realize that the chain attack system in this game actually cuts through your defense like crazy. So he was actually taking a ton of hits from backup follow-up attacks. And then once I put Para up on him, that problem just disappeared entirely. So it was no longer an issue. Oh yes, the thing I was going to do. Inventory, there we go. Sorry, this is a very slow start today, but it's been so long since I've actually played this game. Yes, we're going to buff her up because, you know, it's post-game. I don't care about balance anymore. I'm really glad we didn't completely unbalance the game with DLC when I was actually playing it, but we'll deal with the other items later. For now, we'll just go Seraph Robe and Boots, I think. And... okay. And there's a particular reason why I wanted Boots on her. It's because of the way that we're going to use Milo's ability to basically do double attacks whenever we can. Anyway, which means that we can put her on the back line just fine. We'll put the flyers kind of round back as well. Probably we want to get Chloe within range of a snipe on the first round, which means 10 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 or so. Did I do that correctly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What about this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pretty similar, so she's got to reach this mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Chloe up here. Where is she? There we go. Yeah. And yeah, Vale and Seedall in the back for reasons that will become clear. Also, let me check their canter. Who had, yeah, 2 spaces on her and 3 spaces on him. Okay, good. Yeah, and we'll just get up there and start smacking things. .38 attack. Yeah, so I'm getting to the point where Jean's speed is actually not quite where I want it to be. But we do have the Divine Fist, which I've actually hardly used on him. So, because the problem is that he's starting to die to speed. I was kind of originally building Jean as a bit of an off-tank, but... yeah, thank you so much, Tactics, for reporting that. And... yeah, so Chloe will be able to go here and do a snipe with Astra. And hopefully that will actually hit. So anyway, let's finally start the map. I usually plan out the first turn a lot more carefully than I'm doing now, but I think we'll just get into it and see what we can do. Because we've been staring at this for long enough, so let's just fight and see what happens. Yeah, so main thing is we need to look out for probably hitting the sigils or something in order to free certain locations. You know, I really should have considered using Marin here for Roy's ability to drop fire anywhere. But anyway, we have so few party members that we can choose from. I think I really do have to be fairly focused about this. So, and because basically, like, if I can manipulate the terrain effects here by dropping fire onto Frost, we might be okay. But I think we can do that anyway using Edelgard's power. So we'll just roll with this. And fight. Oh, let me check inventory quickly to make sure we actually have heals. Because sometimes I forget to check. We have 8 mens on her. That's probably fine. 7 mens on her. Maybe a bit low given the size of the map, but yeah, let's see if we can... whoops. Put on a bigger heal. Where are we? Staves? Okay. Yeah, we'll put on to 20s. Why not? Wait, this is post-game. I don't really care too much about resource management anymore. We'll do the same with her. It's too bad in this game that there isn't a way to merge partly consumed items. That was a system that they had actually introduced in Fates, and which made the inventory management much, much saner, so you're not stuck with a staff that has one charge taking up a whole spot. But alas, we'll go with that, and they both had rescue. That's good. Rewarp on Jean, that will do fine. Jean, yeah, he's going to be attacking most of the time. 6 men, that'll be fine. Maybe bump it up to 8. Or something. Or just buy him a new staff at some point. I think that will probably be fine. Okay, now let's save. And now let's go. I'm making the B mistake. Oh, with the way I built Jean, you mean? Actually, no, I noticed that very early. That, like, if you look at my Jean, his stat rating is 226. Because I've been leveling him up all game. And look at that, he's like clear ahead of everybody else in my party. Except, most of his stats are invested entirely into magic attack power. And I only have 2 uses for his magic power right now. One is to heal, which he rarely ever uses. And one is the engage ability that I currently have on Erica. Which I guess you wouldn't have seen yet for yourself. Anyway, let's start.
Now then.
Yeah, I'm playing this maybe a bit
strength.
lazily than I usually would. Because typically I'll just map out the whole turn 1 before I even start, but I'm eager to dive into it, so let's see. I will say that I managed to get through the entire main campaign and all of the Paralogues, only ever using the undo on a time crystal fewer than 20 times in total in the whole game, which, you know, it's not quite 0, it's not quite classic Fire Emblem, but I was trying to avoid it as much as possible and play very cautiously, and I thought that was still a reasonable result. So, because if you think about classic Fire Emblem, just how many hours that would cost you to have 20 full resets, right? That's still a pretty significant time savings. But yeah, I'm trying not to depend
These
on
doors are protected by a powerful force.
the undo function. Anyway, let's actually pay attention now. Looks like we need to touch the sigils, and we'll probably need to race a thief over to
unseal the doors.
the chest.
Perhaps it would be wise to head for that sigil first.
Oh, you think? So, yeah, again, we need to make sure we pay attention to the movement ranges on the frost. That seems to be one of the major considerations here. That's not going to be relevant to us yet, but let's do a little bit of enemy marking, which I usually do much sooner. Silent staff on this guy. And let's check. Yeah, we should check some of this stuff before starting, but 3 range for Laura on this guy. Mostly I want to check staves first, so we don't have something like a staff that's going to teleport me beside the enemy, like an entrap staff or something. That would be one of the main concerns. Antitoxin. I haven't used a single antitoxin in this entire game, I think. Silent staff on this guy, let's mark him just so we know what his range is. Luckily, these don't seem to move. Or at least not very far. Kind of... Oh, I see, they're trapped within the walls. Okay, so you kind of need to snipe them with flyers anyway. And yeah, Tiki has 3 life bars and is invulnerable at the moment anyway. You almost have enough for a sonnet. Yeah, well, I mean, let's actually play first. Okay, so let me just do a quick damage check with Chloe. We're not actually committing to this attack. I just want to check something.
Emblem, engage!
Okay. Can she one-shot the dragons? That's what I need to know. Yes, she can. Which is what we'll do. And I think I've got a canter on her as well for 2 spaces. So we'll probably snipe, and then we'll move her back 2 spaces, and then refresh her to do a second attack. We'll figure out how that goes after I have figured out what the initial attack here is going to be. Because, yeah, 46, and there's a spear on this guy. We'll just try to bust down as much as this as possible on the first turn. Probably just using Veil right away, since she does naturally refresh her power anyway. So, let's see if we can just move in and fight.
I can fight.
We'll save the Flame Gambit for now. Might switch around every turn anyway. Just gonna check a couple of my attacks here.
It was foretold.
And yeah, Seedal's gonna double up on somebody. Jean can basically burn anybody down, almost. With Flashing Fist. Only 33% hit though, that's awful. How is it that bad? Oh, because this guy's too fast, yeah. Avoidance 129. We actually need something that will guarantee a hit like El Surge on him.
I hear you.
Doesn't quite hit hard enough. But then we could just double up on that and should be fine. However, also with Jean, if we engage with him and use his double ability, then he should have something close to 100% hit rate. But I do use the danger area thing. I tend to use it excessively, in fact. If you look at any given shot from the maps that I'd done previously, you'll find that usually my screen is just covered in purple. But right now it's the first turn. I'm mostly going to check the danger area once I know how far I'm going to push in, because I'm going to actually do a double move on my party as soon as I figure out exactly what my attack order is going to be. It's definitely going to be Chloe over here first to hit somebody. And somebody might be able to do 3 attacks. I'm trying to remember what my sequence was for doing this. That, like, basically I have this Byleth plus Seedal combo that could actually allow me to get a particular unit to attack like 3 times in a given turn. Like, there's a particular way to set it up, and I'm just trying to remember how I did it.
An invitation?
Okay, so let me check her accuracy here. 77%, and she gets smacked if she misses at all. So probably not going to do that. However, Thoron is going to hit for 44 if she stands beside my avatar. So let's see what we'll do. I'm just trying to figure out who our attacker is going to be, because the avoidance here is a big problem. Possibly we just get in there and smack with Louis. I think that would also work, given that 30%. Yeah, it's not going to be a physical attack into this guy. It's just not going to happen. So likely what happens is I just stand beside and then just go... and then boost my hit rate using support. And then maybe that will work. Let's just figure that out. So I go in here first. Yeah, that's not going to hit at all. We'll just stand beside, I think, and because it's going to be 2 range on this guy anyway. So if we stand, let me think about this. Yeah, because this guy's speed is such a... Oh, you know what? It's because of this avoidance tile that he's standing on. I didn't even realize he's standing on the avoidance tile. You got a Shy Guy Hot Wheels card. Well, just one more Shy Guy to bet against. Okay, I think how we'll do it is... yeah, we're going to move everybody up as fast as possible. We'll definitely want to see who we can smack with Ivy first. Notice that Ivy is able to hit this and kill it immediately. So she'll do that, and do I have Canter on her? Yes, I do. 2 spaces, right? Okay, so I'm going to have a particular like quad configuration of 4 spaces that I'm going to then walk Veil into. Now, Vale can only go this far. So, at most, I need people to stand on this quad here, 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 which I can do with Canter. So basically, you would have Ivy go up here, hit, probably stand back. Chloe goes up here, snipes, stands back by 1 space. Or maybe even comes down here. Depending on who's going to kill this guy, who will need a physical attacker. Okay, so Louis, then, can probably go up front. And then, yeah, this guy's surrounded by walls, actually, so I do need a flyer up there, so probably Chloe. So she's going to stand back here and do the second attack. Alright, so let me see if I can explain how I'm going to do this. So Chloe is assigned to sniping this one. It's going to be then Ivy killing this one. And then we're going to do some kind of adjacency to drop an attack on this guy and hit him for 47, which I think I should be able to do. The way I'll do that is we'll get Citrin to stand 3 spaces away and go Thoron. Probably. I might actually be able to do better than that with one of these attacks. Depending on how far I can get her hit rate up. But Thoron would be safest because we guarantee there's no counterattack, which means that if this is where everyone is standing, then that means Avatar is going to stand over here. I'd even stand at the back, actually, since I'm not attacking. No, up here. So then who's the 4th? Probably Seedall. Because Seedall can then get somebody to double up and then pull back. So here's the way it's going to work. That we can basically go here and just stand. And wait. Citrin goes here. And hits 82%. Should be a kill. You have an easy day at work tomorrow? Is it because of the proximity to the Easter holiday, or is there something else going on? Okay, so Chloe goes here. Now we're finally attacking, like an hour into the stream. Yeah, Chloe's going to do the snipe, and she's going to pull back 1 space. Astra, and she's going to kill... Hang on, this one.
As if I'd lose.
State testing, and the other half you teach 3 30-minute classes. I see. I'm so far removed from the school system at your grade level that I've lost most of my context for how things like that work. Anyway, we're going to end turn over here. Let me make sure I've actually counted correctly. Yeah, Vale's going to go in this spot. Ivy is going to go over here. Ivy is going to just attack directly and kill it. Should be a pretty easy kill. 86%? Eh, maybe.
I will atone.
Okay. We should be able to kill all of that stuff next turn. We're going to leave Ivy up front in case I need to get her to free somebody, so she's going to be in this position and she'll just stay. Now, I think what we can do is probably get Louis up there, although, again, really fast enemy. We can kind of go lance versus lance against this guy. This range we'll probably need to worry about. This guy's not going to hit anything. He's fine. And the flyers will need to go for this one. So the idea is that... Yeah, once again, we probably need spell damage against this one. Given how things were working prior to that. So it's going to be Seedall, probably doubling up on Citrin. Citrin goes up there, hits. Then we need someone else who's going to take this guy out, or at least mitigate the incoming damage. So, likely what's going to happen I mean, you can also get Louis to just camp here and be a nuisance. But now, the thing is, Louis is able to hit for 70. Not fast enough, though. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Let's go Veil over here first. No, Seedall over... I'm trying to figure out who we're going to double as Seedall. Because maybe it might make sense to double Chloe and get her to get a kill on this guy quickly first. Because she's way out of position right now. And then she's got Canter 2 spaces. No, maybe not then. We need to maintain the quad here so Veil can come in and do Goddess Dance on everybody. So basically Seedall needs to be within 3 spaces of here. 1, 2, 3. Which means that you put somebody up here, they can continue to attack. And yeah, 38 physical attack on him with pass. I think probably just send Louis up there and see what happens. And Louis got 5 movement after that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can probably come in and start smacking. But the problem is that this guy... Oh yeah, so you no longer have to deal with the avoidance tile, so our hit rate against this guy should actually be fine. Which means we should send Jean. Jean up here. And Seedall doubles. Pulls back. Oh. And yeah, we'll put him on weight. Actually, no, hang on. No, it should be Louis. In case we have somebody way out of position, we need them to potentially take a massive hit. So it should actually be Louis up front. But... yeah, because Jean, like, even if you get in here and get killed, and this comes in and hits him, it's got to be Louis up front. Okay. We move the whole party up front really quickly. So the way I will do it is we'll go Dance with Louis. Oh, no, I should have saved it for Citrin, actually, for spell damage. That's okay. We'll pull back. I still have 1 move on Seedall after this, so I can still do that. We'll probably go down here. And we've got a couple of options. Actually, 97% on this guy. If we wait for other party members to join us over there first, I can probably squeeze out that additional point of damage. Anyway, here's the centerpiece of our trick. We're going to do Engage on Veil. B Minutes, who's the hottest character in this game? So, I mean, do you want to know about the S support system? Do you know that there are S supports in this game? Or is that spoiling something? Because I can just tell you who my S support is. This young lady. This is my S support right here. So, just the model of elegance. Especially when she's roasting everybody on the battlefield. Okay. You see what I said about our decision-making priorities in Fire Emblem not being mutually exclusive. Oh, right, I still can't run her. Let's maybe put her up further. I can probably block this spot to avoid issues. I think she'll be fine with Excalibur here, yeah. Because then her adjacency bonus is potentially useful. Deal +1 and take 3 less. Yeah, actually that might be useful. Although, if you could only get 1 spot further, that would have solved some problems with that Louis' additional point of damage. That's okay. Oh, no, wait a minute. We can still... Oh, no, we still need to use Goddess Dance. Right? Hang on. Let me remember where I was in my turn so I don't accidentally forget to use my ability. Right, okay, no, she got additional movement of Engage. That's what confused me for a moment. Because I didn't realize we had additional tiles of movement. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do Goddess Dance. I'm much too distracted.
It's over.
Yeah, I haven't developed enough of Yunaka's support conversations. But from what I've heard, she actually does impressions of a lot of the other characters if you build up her supports. Like, I knew this was kind of vaguely alluded to in some of the supports that I have built with her. But apparently she covers quite a bit. Anyway, we're going to canter up here. She's not going to get too far when... Actually, no, up here, in case we need a damage buff against the guy on top. So. Okay. Now we're actually playing. Chloe and Lynn. Is this going to be a 100% hit? Yes, it is. That's obviously the thing to do, as long as we watch our range afterwards. So this will be taken care of. Ivy. Probably going for a spell here, and we'll pull her back with a canter. Again, yeah, Thoron is not going to hit very well. L-Surge will guarantee to hit, but won't do quite enough damage. So if we can chip away at this guy with 10 damage first, we can get her to finish with the L-Surge and pull her back. Which means that we would free up Louis to take on the other one over here. We'll keep our options open. Again, we have the ability to get one of these characters to do 2 attacks, which I'm sure we'll use. Also, Flame Gamut, how many... Foe space and nearby spaces. How many spaces are we talking about? Oh, a whole square. Actually, that might be good, except, of course, fire totally slows down your party, so I don't want to use that yet. Except if we need it defensively, so... As long as we make sure this guy doesn't walk too far over. He's got 2 range on a bow. 46 attack speed, 25. Yeah, we're able to survive that. I think. Let's not assume that. Defense 29, yeah, no, we're able to soak that if necessary. Yeah, as long as we don't get in range of one of these other guys back here, I think we're actually okay. So we need to neutralize these 2 and allow this guy to attack in if necessary. And so what we'll do is... Let me see what else we could do with her. Yeah, no, she's got to take out the dagger for sure. So if we can do a minimum 10 damage here, which we will, I think we'll be in good shape. The Greshon is crit 9. This has crit 14. We'll just do it. Yeah, she's your only thief now that you made Zelkov a wolf knight. Oh, something's happening.
This ice is rather slippery.
Yeah, well, the ice cuts both ways. Okay, so we've got a lot of flexibility now in terms of damage. We're going to just send Louis all the way up, I think. And then Sinol is able to get how far? Jean's back here. He can't do anything. Sinol is able to get all the way over here. Which means that if I send Louis up and attack twice in, well, I'll need to use a ranged weapon on the first one, and that's okay. That'll hit pretty hard, and then we can actually send Louis down to the bottom corner and just soak damage from there. So Louis can go down here. We're going to go attack with a Brionac. Then I might even just poke both with... Well, anyway, let's go Seedall down towards him. It means we'll need Ivy definitely to kill this. Let's make sure we can actually land that hit first before anything else happens. Also, you can kind of go spell versus spell with Ivy as well. She's got, what, 36 resilience and how much speed? I think the point is to use the L-Surge, though, to avoid hit rate issues, so... Yeah, we'll want to guarantee to hit and then pull out because she's only attacking in melee range. So this comes in. Yeah, let's actually double up on Louis first so we know what kind of positioning issues we're dealing with. Oh, except Seedall will have counter 3 afterwards. That's going to go... How many movement points? You have 7 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, because if you start on the square, you get a boost. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say Louis is standing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Attacks up to this range here. So realistically, Seedall shouldn't go too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Might be able to park in the back. Oh, and he's got a 2-range attack too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so Seedall should actually stay in place afterwards. So let's do that. Dance with Louis. And he'll remain in place. Okay. Louis then is now able to stand here. And we'll actually stay on Brinac so we can counter any ranged attacks. And this should work. Because I've got plenty of defense to work with here, I think. Yeah, 54, he's not going to take a single point of damage. I hear that this doesn't work on maddening, by the way, that the AI will not make 0 damage attacks on maddening, which, you know, would make super tanks like this a lot less effective, but much more balanced. Anyway, oh, I messed up. I needed to pull Seedall back by a spot because I wanted Ivy to get in melee range for L Surge. So I actually kind of messed this up. That's okay. If we give her the A support, she should be able to have 100% hit. 82% hit. That's not great. That's okay because worst case, if this guy's still alive and we send Chloe down here instead, worst thing that happens is when we have a silent staff on us. This guy can't attack anywhere, so worst case, we don't manage to kill him. And best case, we get this kill right now. Thank you so much for the resub. Yeah, I put my 11 sword on my Wolf Knight, who I didn't bring into this party. I have a Wolf Knight who is basically a dual magic and physical attacker. And I've put Roy on her because Roy's sword bonus applies to the 11 sword as well, which is amazing synergy. Anyway, I was supposed to hit this with the L Surge. I messed up, so this will not miss still. Close enough. Now, is this within range of anybody? I don't think it is. Yeah, but if the other guy drops it. You know what? We'll leave her here for safety, I think. Just in case. Because, yeah, this one actually would hit, except I'm not on Thorin right now, so I'd basically take damage for nothing. Okay, anyway, we know Chloe can get this kill, so she'll do it. In fact, she can do it from range. And then she can get in a bit closer.
I can't retreat now.
Plan is killing it as Mage Knight with 11 sword. Yeah, he's got amazing speed. That's why. I stuck with Clanton for a while, but he kind of got displaced as my main mage, as I was saying. And so he fell off a bit in the middle game for me. I never actually built a Mage Knight in this game, in fact. Because mostly I just prioritized the Lord's unique classes whenever they were available, just to experiment with things you don't normally see in Fire Emblem. We're going to move Chloe down here in case she needs to fire away to range sometime next turn. We'll wait like this. From this point, I think we just have Jean down here, and we'll just move him up. Anyway, that's the first turn. We spent so long on this. And that's turn 1. You gotta go. You'll save Shakespeare for next time. Yeah. Thanks for dropping by, B-Minutes. If you're curious about how this goes, you're always welcome to see the VOD afterwards. But by the way, thanks for your company. Okay, as expected, we'll hit both of those. And we'll just continue pushing in. So, yeah. Chloe doesn't have a longbow, so she's not able to hit any of these guys up here, but that's okay. Potentially get Thoron here. And just pull out of the potential issue here with the freezing breath. Just using counter. So yeah, Ivy plus Seed All would be able to hit this from range. If we wanted to do it that way, we might want to push up front instead. Indeed, if we have anything at range with Sean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we should do that. So we'll just try to attack into as much of this as we can. A little bit overextended, perhaps. In fact, if Louis moves up right away, we can just form a defensive wall, maybe. Should be able to do that. This guy is at range, but everybody else is kind of melee. We can just let everybody cluster in. And come in and attack. So yeah, Seedall plus Ivy going up here, perhaps. And Chloe we can even use to drop doubles, just to give ourselves some follow-up attacks for the next turn. Let's do it this way. Yeah, I should be able to just... We can hit, we can also just go with Ike's ability and then try to burn these two down separately. Which might be wiser. Jean can also, I think, hit at range if we put the engage weapon on him. Let me just check this.
Help me, Emblem!
Because I think he does have a 2-range magic attack. The Wind Sword. Yeah, in Wind Sword will in fact one-shot this. So we want to burn the engage ability now, okay. Maybe we don't want to play that aggressively, but... Then you get 5 movement range here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can hit. And we just need to make sure that we don't get killed over there, so... because... yeah, you would have Avatar standing over here. And... that would be with what speed? Pretty good speed, so... I think we'd actually be able to take 2 attacks in without too much trouble. And even with decent avoidance, so... Okay, in that case, let's try to do the Thoron strategy up here. With 24% hit, maybe this is not the best idea, but we'll try it. Might even be able to hit the other one. Nope. Pull back with her. I'm just assuming we want to prioritize this as all. We might not want to. Hit, hit. Yeah, and then we can just cluster up here. Except this guy's got this massive movement range. We've got to do something about him. Because he'll just flank and go around and get everything if we're not careful. So probably form a defensive wall up here. Using some avoidance on my avatar. Then in that case, likely what will happen is we will go this way. Ooh, I don't like that because you'll basically get a free run down. Go over here, hit. Anyway, let's do the wind sword thing with John and worry about it after. Because that seems to be maybe the best way to do it. We're burning too many engage abilities, though I don't really like that. Do we have a 3-range attack with her? Yes, we do. Oh, that solves it then. We just go Thorin down here. With Veil. That completely solves it. And that doesn't solve anything because we missed. Okay. That's what happens sometimes. Now let me just make sure we don't have range issues here with this guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Well, for damage reasons, let's leave her maybe back here. We'll continue to command a corner, I think, but yeah, I need to lock this guy down somehow. Or we can use the Great Lance to do a push. If we do a push, then it won't have the movement buff for +2. Because it won't begin to turn on that square. And then it will be reduced to 5 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that might be okay. So in that case, we'll put Veil over here to give her some potential adjacency bonus. But can Louis even go that far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he's only got 5 movement, so he can't do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, not gonna go. But a push with a Great Lance this way might still be useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Would hit something up here. Okay, so Veil back here. Okay. Oh, except I can't reach with a Great Lance until I destroy everything here. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it. Yeah, and we can go Wind Sword over here. And just bust through as much as we can.
I still have a lot to learn.
Okay. Then we'll just go up here.
Ready yourself.
Nice solid crit
I
here.
won't forget you.
And yeah, I'm able to take 2 attacks with this, so I think I'm okay. This won't hit anybody else either with this dagger. And we confirm that this is the case. 38 and 46. None of them will double. And then we need to be aware of the flank with the pincer attack, which could potentially flank and go around. But we stand over here, I think we're probably going to be fine. We have somebody else coming out here. Okay. Mage Knight. Let's take a look at this. 43 and speed 24. We don't want to mess with that, I think. It will hit pretty hard. It won't kill. But we don't want to be in a situation where... Oh no, he can't be hit by backup attack, so he's fine. 43 against this, though, is going to be... What is it, 28 and 28? Okay, he'll live. So maybe we actually do want to bait the Mage Knight down then. And then we'll be able to hit it using the usual. We'll do Ike's Engage Power and just try to hit everything we can at once. We'll be taking some damage in here, but we can do the weapon with the Resilience buff, maybe.
Emblem, engage!
That might solve things partly, as long as we check the skills on this guy first. Yeah. Speed plus 3. Yeah, we're already going to die to speed issues, so we'll... Not die, but, you know, we'll have speed issues. But the idea will be that we place him on a square here. And then go either using this weapon, which isn't going to hit everybody as hard as I want, but should still do pretty well. And we basically take this entire cluster over here. Now, this does open up the possibility of a flanking attack coming down over here. 26 defense, though, I think we're going to be fine. 26. It's going to be 20 from this guy. A little less than that, and then accounting for the backup damage as well. Okay. We're fine. Now let's do this thing up here with the Seal and Ivy play. We'll see how it goes. It's going to miss, so there's no point in doing it. He's not going to get it this turn. Out of range of this guy, within range of this guy, but then it's just going to be Thoron versus Thoron. And she'll be able to hit just fine. So that frees up Seedall to do something else down here. Possibly even pull out one of my guys. Or send one up further. Or even do drop doubles with Chloe, as long as she's not within bow range. We can even do Warp Ragnarok with her, but I don't want to fight the dragon just yet. We'll probably just stay on this for the moment. And I also don't want to burn all my engage abilities at once. We've already spent way too many of them. Just to play fast on the first move, which is maybe a little bit frivolous. Okay, so Seedall can actually double up in Jean. And then Jean can go up and block. Because he'll have a reasonable defense, but very low speed, which is maybe not good. In which case, we should actually use Chloe into drop doubles ability if we can get Jean out of the way. In fact, we use Jean to prevent the flanking maneuver. That might do enough. Or if we get Veil to move. Because the idea is that we drop doubles using Chloe. We just need a clear location to do it. Or we just drop it here. Doesn't really matter, since it seems like they're allowed to be in the lake, since she is, after all, a flyer. So we can actually do that. We'll just call doubles right here. And then Seedall can just get somebody to move here. Maybe even the Avatar. So I just camp out here, and then it prevents the flanking issue. Might even help to block this lance so it doesn't go across. Yeah, we need a blocking maneuver, so that's definitely what it's going to be. Just get up there and block. As long as we're not within range of this guy, and we won't be. Okay. In that case, Seedall we'll dance. We can even stand fairly far forward, as long as we stand here. Worst case is somebody with 2 range over here. We'll probably just stand like right here and be fine. And we stand here. And then defensively speaking, I think we should stay on this. Okay, this should work. Frost Domain, what even is that? That looks like it might be bad. We didn't really read what that does. But anyway, we'll soak as many of these as possible. Hopefully we'll survive the mage who's going to be coming in. I should have read the crit on this, actually. Actually, it'll barely do anything. It will barely do anything, except it'll be way out of range. So I won't be able to counter it.
Don't stand in my way.
Okay, great. Chip everybody down. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape. We'll need to take out some of these guys, but we can do that and probably just hop ice to ice and still do really well. Here we're potentially within range of freezing everybody using Ivy's ability. Probably just knock them all out at once, in fact. So I'm not worried about a magic attack, given that for some reason we're doing okay. Yeah, just because there's so much damage reduction. That we're actually able to soak spells without too many issues. So I'd probably just go up here and kill and then possibly soak, but we'll see. Citrin can also just tap one of these guys and take him out. Pretty easily, in fact. Yeah, this Thoron is going to hit pretty hard. That'll just resolve that issue simply. Okay, no issues here. And we got Resonance Plus. Okay. Yeah, that's just an additional damage buff on the ability we already have with Celica, where you do a bit of soft damage. John and Erica are able to come up and chip away. Somebody else can chip away at this guy. Yeah, by the looks of it, we'll just head up here with Ike and be done with it, as long as we have a way to deal with that guy. Probably using Seedall. Yeah, we can actually just hit both characters, if I'm looking at this properly. And yeah, can Seedall go all the way up there? Yes, he can. So we can just get up here and hit. This guy is going to cut through defense. 28 penetrating attack, however, that's going to be reduced. Frost Domain applies frosted terrain within 2 spaces. Okay, I see, because as long as these remain alive, they speed everybody up around them. That's okay. We can still tank all that just fine. Yeah, we'll have to soak a bit of damage coming in from this guy. But he's slow, so not too worried. Also need to get out of Thoron range, probably. That's okay, we stand here, we're actually okay. So we'll snipe as much as we can. 100% hit. Yep, that'll be fine.
I could take on anyone.
And so Seedal will be the one who goes up there and takes care of that. Oh, except I wanted him to get Ivy up there. That's okay. If we can take out all these guys manually, we'll be fine anyway. Because we got 4 units here. Do we have enough attackers? I think we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Jean. Yeah. And indeed, he can still attack with the Wind Sword, right? Yeah. So we can still chip away. Probably at 4 units. So yeah, we'll get over here first. That'll be a pretty easy kill.
I'll begin. Next one's mine. Do you mind? Seems for me. You're like
Chain
a
attacks will just
storybook
dispatch that
hero.
by themselves. We can continue moving forward as long as we don't run into issues with anti-flyer weapons or anything. And yeah, Sean can go down here. Vale can go down to the other spot. We'll cut this down first so we can get over to this guy. And we'll kind of prioritize it by hit rate, I think, just given the issues with the dagger user. 88%. Let's make sure we know what we're doing with him. Oh, I should have used Instruct for once. 74%, not great. But we have better options. So yeah, we probably do want to make sure we can kill it. But that's okay, we have Seedal's insurance if that's not the case, so... We'll hit this.
Why do we repeat our mistakes?
Okay, let's see if we can actually kill this guy. Or get anywhere close to it. Not really. We'll need some kind of second attacker on him for sure then. Possibly we'll get the crit though. But maybe not. And if we do get a second attack out of him, that's fine. We'll still live. Yeah, we'll have to tap him with somebody additional. But then that means that we won't be able to second attack with this guy, so might have to leave this one alive. As long as we take the corner, prevent him from advancing. Unless we have an engaged weapon that will do it, but doesn't quite look like it, so we'll just do this.
I am the divine dragon.
And indeed, the crit is going to partly solve this. Not entirely. And yeah, we still have some flexibility here. Should have used Instruct just to patch that up, but oh well. Hopefully the hit rate here will do.
As expected.
As expected. Plus 10 luck over here. Yeah, we can probably continue moving. As long as we understand that 46 attack on this guy. It will be fine given the speed difference. Priority should be to take out this one up here. So we can just continue moving. The avoidance might in fact be pretty good, so just keep going. Then, after that, we'll do a quick range check on this. See how far we can move Seedall. Okay. Probably just going to not quite stand here, but maybe stand off to the side, and then go over here. If I'm correct, we should be able to just park here. Then we're able to do this. Unless I have a better weapon to do that with. Let's see, we're not going to have spell damage coming in. It's mainly the dragon that we're concerned with, I think. Which is fine. Yeah, and do I have freeze immunity on this guy? I don't remember. Well, if he doesn't, that's okay. We'll... Oh yeah, because I guess freeze immunity was on Sigurd. We should have considered that. Oh well. That's okay. Priority will be to take out this guy, so... We can, in fact, do that while remaining out of range. If we're able to do a range attack up here, for instance, then we're fine. We just won't have a movement buff. Indeed, I think that's the best way to do it.
Observe your rules. You'll get no sympathy from me.
Might have been a good idea to draw into dragon, but that's okay. We'll just consolidate our position here first and proceed. Yeah, basically we just have one unit to deal with here. Nothing else will be an issue. And we'll drop a Dragon Vein for heals, because why not? That hit rather harder than expected, probably because we didn't think about the crit, so... How bad was that crit? 17%. Yeah, we should have taken that a little more seriously. That's okay. Well, in that case... This has defense 21. Won't be able to kill it straight away, but should be able to draw it in, or perhaps get Chloe up there to tap and retreat. Problem is that she'll be within range of this bow. Well, that's okay. She's able to probably still perform a couple of snipes along the way. I mean, so this guy, for that matter. Yeah, because then... How much will hit him here? 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, this is kind of a bad corner to stand in. We'll get hit by 2 separate attackers. 33 over here. 33 over here. Yeah. There'll be the damage reduction from Ike's ability, though, so I think he's actually going to be okay. 3 range attacks might be a bit of an issue. But basically we can snipe this and be fine. And then next turn we want Chloe to stand on this, because then she can prioritize sniping the dragons. And she'll be fine. In which case, let's figure this out. Yeah, probably just tank the damage straight up. And move out if necessary. It's going to hit pretty hard. Quick speed check here. Speed 16, speed 16, yeah.
I can take on anyone.
Yes, you can. Okay, next. Yeah, we eventually want to send a flyer over here. Probably Chloe's before to take this out, but not absolutely necessary, just given that we're nowhere even close to that range-wise. Citroen will eventually have to catch up with the Warp Ragnarok, but now will not be the time. Yeah, I think we find these guys are weak to magic. We'll eventually get up there and snipe them. Seedall is able to reload him for another turn. Actually, maybe if you park Chloe here, go Seedall, and then she might be able to get within range too. Do a big snipe. Assuming once again we can get away from this bow. Which will be a bit difficult given the move 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's a very long range of that, but if we get Chloe up here to snipe and then pull back, I think that actually should still work. You'd still potentially have to suffer through the 38 attack on that, though. That'll be, what, 15? I think she can actually take it. We'll see. Won't commit too hard to this. So she stands here. 6 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not quite far enough. However, if she stands here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit. Canter back. And then you'd have to deal with 2 attackers potentially, but no bow. We gotta watch out for this guy. 8 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, as long as he doesn't have a longbow, we're fine. He does have a longbow. 3 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 range. No, we're fine. Because she'll stand in this corner. Okay, so Chloe goes over here. Assuming I understand how this works. With the buff tile over here. Yeah, because if I just go dance... and probably just keep them in place. Then, oh, no, you don't get to the movement buff because it only applies at the beginning of a turn. Okay, so that was a waste. But now we know. that it does not work that way. Okay, that was a bit of a wasted move then. That's okay. This is going to be a transitional turn anyhow. And nobody can hit them, so we're fine. We'll definitely stack some other attackers up on the ice then to prepare them for the next turn. Vale is going to run out of engage this turn. That's fine. Yeah, send Ivy over for sure then.
I will atone.
Okay, assuming that we can soak all these attacks with Ike, I think we are fine. Chain Guard actually would have been useful here if we got within range, but we are not. And we'll need a heal for sure. If anybody's willing or able to provide, which nobody is this turn, so. Oh, except Jean can heal, yeah.
Stay
So.
strong.
Stand here. Okay, that got me slightly out of trouble, perhaps. And we'll continue moving up. Yeah, offside. Oh, center. Nobody's really defending for the instruct to be useful, so we'll pull back. Who knows? Never mind. In fact, you move up here. Nope, that's within range. We'll go back here. Yeah, because... Oh yeah, because she's flying anyway. No, she never would have gotten the movement buff in the first place, so we actually don't know either way if refreshing her in that square would have worked. Yeah, because she never gets the movement buff, so we'll just move her off. Just try to get her within range of something interesting. Maybe over here, so we could potentially hit this guy, but we'll just move her back a spot. We'll see what happens. Okay, not much damage, it's fine. Does it freeze him in place though? It should. Yeah, 0 movement, as expected. That's okay, we'll just get up here and snipe this. Probably even snipe 2. Oh, except we no longer have the engage power. That's okay. We can get it, though. Or we can also take somebody like Jean, too. Burn us down directly. Wind Sword is good against flyers. It will, in fact, just take this down directly. Probably take 2 characters with that. Because John is here. And then... yeah, we can probably stand here. the pillars and then take out the other one. Should be able to take out 2. With Windsword, his defense is still reasonably good. He's going to get a couple of attackers on him, though. But should actually work. So Windsword's going to solve a lot of problems for us here. See, it all can go up, double him up, pull back. Then he's got a couple of possibilities. He can hit this. Probably do want to stand here. Defense 28, resilience 30. So defense 28 is going to be the thing that's relevant here. Speed 29 as well. This guy may double him. That's the fear right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then we can basically... We can't park hike in front of him. Okay. Be at the mercy of the avoidance, I think. Because a lot of stuff is going to come in and try to gang up on him. However, only 38 attack, so at most that'll do 20. Not even accounting for the avoidance square. The 49 will do how much? 21. And at a 38, we'll do another 10, so... That may potentially be a problem. Given that I think his defense is actually down by a point. We can buff it up somehow. That would partly solve it. That's assuming everything hits stone with the avoidance plus 30. Maybe it won't. Yeah, I gotta watch the abilities here too. Because let's say it hits 38. Yeah, there's gonna be 10 damage. 49 over here. Yeah, but given the hit rates, I think we should be okay. Like, this will be fast enough to double. Run through. I think we can probably do it. Let me just take a look at his stats here first. Oh, yes, and it's actually going to be fine because Resolve is going to solve this problem with multiple attackers coming in. So we're fine. So we'll just smack this. Get rid of 2 at once. Yeah, he'll live. Because we're dealing with 4 attacks coming in, and in fact, that will allow us to get the enemy to cluster in, which is what we want. Now, who can attack in here? Well, I mean, we don't have that many dragons left to deal with. We do want this as snipe on Lyn, I think, so we'll put her over there. Yeah, because she's got the engage ability most in need of refreshing. Since Veils is going to recharge naturally. So, definitely here. And we'll move the other ones up.
All right.
Who is here? 49 physical attack. think we'll be fine. Might even be worthwhile to draw an attacker over, so... The sky is not hitting anything. Okay, Veil and Byleth can probably just go up here. That'll also add us a bit of extra damage prevention. Take 3 less damage, yeah, that's exactly what we want. We'll just move her up here probably, except... yeah. I'll just drop a Dragon Vein to get everybody topped up. And he can't move, so he'll stay. Still a lot of dragons around, so... okay, that's fine. That was a 26% hit. And I did decently well here, so we didn't be concerned, but... luckily, I think this is where the engage ability does kick in, and we are actually going to wind up well above what I was afraid we would be reduced to. And in fact, that will give me the opportunity to snipe the other dragon immediately, without even using Chloe's ability just yet. So turns not within range of anybody. Yeah, she's a little slow for this map. Perhaps we need to actually finish with characters like her on the ice.
I can still help.
Jean will get over here and hit. We'll just need to make sure that we can hit everybody else as well. At this point, we can probably turn off these range indicators and put on the next set, which... that's going to go as far as this. Because we should be able to take out everybody up here. Indeed. Dimitri, this turn. 70% hit is not great. I'd rather do this, but of course we'll need a bit of extra damage. That happen. Luckily, Veil may be able to do that for us, assuming that she can get a kill down here. The hit rates are not great. Well, that's okay, actually. Anyway, the important thing is that Jean needs to take the dragon. That's imperative. Then, do we run into issues here? No, we don't. And, yeah, that'll be more than enough. No issues that I can see. He'll just get the kill pretty cleanly. Unless there's some skill that I haven't been reading.
I know just where.
We'll just bust everything down really quickly. We'll need to heal him up. But until that becomes an issue, we probably don't want to attack directly into the bow here. Although we can. So we will.
Simple enough.
That's what Alacrity does for you. And we can probably just continue to move up. Yeah, Veil down here, we'll be able to probably just smack this bow directly. Hit rates, once again, are kind of rough, but... yeah, let's do it this way.
I'm strong after all.
And that location is safe, so we'll put her here for the time being in case we need somebody to. Drag a point of damage from up above. And probably that, but we'll see, because the next dragon is 10 spaces from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can't really get that close. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can get this close and then pull back. So Chloe can engage and snipe this one off. And most of those problems will be reduced. Yeah, we'll park Louis on top of some ice so he can actually move next turn. Probably likewise with Citrin as well, if we can find some ice. In fact, we can get her up far enough. Nope, not quite. Okay, gonna be seeing all of Chloe then. And we'll eventually get some magic attackers all the way up top. So yeah, Louis comes up here. Ivy we probably want to use for the heal. Now that I look at it. Which means we'll get a kill over here. If we can. Silver Blade looks like it's going to be the best way to do it, except it does take some initial damage first, which is not an issue. Okay. Yeah, so let's count this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can basically get up here, hit, pull back. Looking at the hit point pools here, direct heal is the way to go. And Seedol will double up on Chloe. And she'll make the move. Oh, not engage, just staff. And we'll continue to move her up a bit. Probably put him on the ice as well. Anyway, as expected, we're going to hit and then pull back a spot. Unless we're keen on pulling any other crowds, which... yeah, magic attack 16 and 11 sword over here. We might actually want to drag this guy in. Won't do anything here. At 2 range, so yeah, Chloe might even just camp out in this location and stay. Don't want to get too complacent though. But this should actually work.
It's just like my fairy tales.
Okay, we'll snipe that.
Now I have you. A good wind.
In fact, we should just camp in this location. Draw this in with the more or less worthless 11 sword attack. That's just going to crash against me. What about this guy? 38, speed 35. I mean, I've got speed, what, 56 on this. Not really concerned, but we'll go here. Okay, this is simplifying really nicely. And going to be back to Edelgard. Okay, are we actually within range to do anything? Not yet. But yeah, Fortify Staff, Rewarp Staff. We'll want to take these both out. Only a matter of time before we get there. We can clear out much of the map up to that point. And particularly, we charge up the meter on her this turn. 2 more charges though, so not likely to be it just yet. Again, Silent Staff, Physics Staff. We're largely in good shape. Yeah, we'll actually want to draw in this attacker here, I think. I mean, we've got 2 dragons that are clustered together as well. The thing we were pulling with Jean and the Wind Sword seemed to work as a strategy, so charge him up instead.
Yes.
In fact, I think we can probably do it. It would also give me an opportunity to test whether... Yeah, because his movement should actually be improved if we double him immediately. So I think this will be okay. 72%, not great. 82 is a lot better. And that's a miss. That's okay, we've got lots of wiggle room. That's 41 on that guy, that's hopefully spell damage waiting to happen. Don't I have a range extension on hers? Or what was I thinking about? Yeah, maybe some other ability. Ranged sword is always nice in that guy. Let's probably just prioritize magic attack on him. Yeah, that'll just kill it. It'll be a lot more efficient. Now, what is this? Huge range checker that I've got here. Can't always tell. Just thinking, what did I even click on? Oh, this guy, yeah. So a lot of the range here is just a range on the Silent Staff. Should be okay. In that case, I'm not too concerned. Okay. This will do. Takes 0 incoming damage from 11 swords, so that works well enough.
Nothing left of you.
And then we can probably continue to pull her up. We'll hit that with something, but not until I've had a chance to figure out what we're doing on the left side. Oh, actually, we've got so much movement on him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite enough. Otherwise, I could have reached up here and potentially just poke this guy instead. Might be good, actually, given that we've got plenty of defense to work with here to take on these guys. And just knock down the front door before we even take anybody out on that side. So let's say we go Louie and Ike over here. We've got lots of potential to reload our engage meters here as well, so. And 79%, that seems to be best. Yeah, hit rates are pretty low across the board, but
Was that sufficient?
we'll just have to deal with it. Okay. Yeah, and probably should have doubled up with Citrin as well. This guy's going to come in with a sword. Yeah, we'll just need to attract as many of these as possible, I think, and just get them to attack in 2 range and 11 sword. It's just a 16, and that's going to do nothing. Likely, we'll just stand in front here and soak an attack. And you got 2 range on that, so I think we're going to be fine. Yeah, so this is, I think, just within silence range, and that's okay. Might not be so okay for Ivy and Corin, but Flashing Fist up here is going to do 34, must be 26. That's actually going to be okay. She goes up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, doesn't quite get her far enough to hit the axe up here, which ideally I'd like her to do. Because this guy's going 6 movement with a tomahawk hitting for 48. We'll get him to fight directly, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hitting this location here. I'll actually park her up 2 spaces and get her prepared to counterattack. This one's going to go here too. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can she actually defend against both? That's going to be a little touchy. 48 attack on that. Yeah, it's going to do 28 to her. Just got speed 30 though. 28 and then 2 attacks with a 34. So worst case scenario is 28, 14, 14. She'll actually live. So we can go over here. switch over to Bogonown, probably. I think this will actually be okay. Should have read the abilities ahead of time. Yeah, we got plenty of speed here. Then we'll get up here with my supporter. Now we've still got plenty of flexibility here with Chloe, who I think will just drop doubles. In fact, if you drop doubles, you can get a few extra attackers too. Maybe be baited in if we can do that. Ideally, that's what we want. Bait everybody in. Yeah, because this guy's only got melee range. Yeah, we could get right up there, in fact. As we're out of range of this guy. Maybe get right up here. Yeah, she's safe. You've got a front line. You've got potentially a couple of units being dragged in. Looking pretty good. And yeah, put on some frost so we can have a movement buff. Here to take less damage. I like that. Let's see how we go. And we'll want to pop all the chests we can. Yeah, as expected, but we'll live. Now, did she get broken? Why is she not counterattacking? Oh, maybe she got hit with a silence. Or what happened there? Why didn't we counterattack? Ah, I forgot the fist breaks her. Okay, that was actually quite dangerous in that I didn't account for the fist breaking her. That's okay, we'll punch through here and we'll be able to grab the chest. As long as we have somebody hitting the flashing fist from afar first. Which I think we can do. Just a couple of points short here. But yeah, we've got everybody here. Chloe's obviously going to be able to snipe this. And we might even be able to drag the next one in as well, so. We just center down here and attack. That'll be no problem.
One moment, do you mind? Save one for me! Can't retreat now.
And we'll even get her Griffin Knight ability. Clear the way. Yeah, we don't want it to attack him directly, of course. Or do we? 33... It'll freeze her in place, though. Probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, probably better not to do that. I'll just leave her here. And clear it away, we'll do the rest. Okay, finally going to get Citrin into the action. Hasn't been able to see much of it. And look at that, that's going to hit like crazy. Claude's ability, what does that do again? It's poison, right? Yeah, you can poison a whole cluster. Oh, we have a whole bunch of doubles here as well. Okay, so... yeah, we do want to hit this one from range, if we can. But I think Ivy might just be able to kill it. Yeah, this... I mean, you'll need to heal her up first if you're doing that. Jean is able to heal, but we might also just want him to do damage. Now the thing about Vale is that if she doesn't attack this turn, then we're able to probably charge her up and do Goddess Dance after that. Which I should have considered first in terms of positioning, but that's okay. Is she able to kill anything at all? Not really. Everything here is pretty tough. Well, we are potentially just able to do something like this. 69% hit, though. It's not really great. But we'll try it. You never know. I think we've got enough contingencies, even if we do miss.
So
that'll be a hit. Okay, then we're probably fine. So yeah, Ivy will need to heal. Either that or we just get over here and burn this as Jean, which isn't quite going to get over the line. That's okay, this position's totally blocked off. Worst case scenario, we just have this hit. So I think we're probably fine. Might need 2 attackers on this. Or pull Ivy back. Rate not looking too good. Yeah, I just completely miscalculated that. This would break her. But I think we should be able to bust through. As Jean, without too much trouble. In fact, Jean does have the engage ability up and running, which could potentially solve this. No, he doesn't. Well, let's take a look at the damage numbers here. If we're able to do this, we can do kind of minimum 24, possibly 28. Knock it down to 30. Yeah, with the mutual damage buffs, that might actually work. Thoran would work better. We want to risk the 81% hit. Security will hit for 30. That's a little bit better, because we know 30 will get overlined. Yeah, that'll charge her up. Almost. So we might want to pull her back and be in a location that's not quite so locked down. Then we get over here and hit.
I won't forget you.
We're actually going to not race too hard for the chest this turn. What we can afford to do. Yeah, Thorn's actually going to hit quite nicely here. But we can just block this position. We've got a couple of characters available. How many, in fact? 3 units ready? Yeah, so one of them will get 2 attacks. And she'll be able to counter out of it too, so. Which means we can push her forward next turn. Let's actually go Thoron against Tomahawk then. And yeah, don't want her to be silenced. So, just in case she's not the one we take up with us, let's move out here. We'll take the 100% hit. And an additional rewarp staff is certainly very, very welcome. Was there something to loot off this guy? There was a physics staff. I should have considered coming back to snipe this. I mean, we'll have plenty of time to send a unit back there, or perhaps hitting it with Astra later on, but I just completely forgot to zap that guy as well. Okay. In that case... You know, Seedall could even get a kill for once, maybe. No, he can't. He does nothing. So, do we refresh Ivy or refresh John? I think it's going to be Ivy. Then we'll go... Yeah. Attack over here. That's going to hit for 100% with no issues. And we'll just send her up.
Unforgivable.
Okay, she's somewhat wounded, but should be fine. Okay. Now, the thing about Chloe is that we should be able to get her in close enough to hit that if we use Seedall to give her an additional tile of space. We'll consider that after we've dealt with everything else over here. Definitely want to heal her up. And then over here, who are we dealing with? Yeah, I guess we do want to take the sigil first, and then takes out the left side, and we have to take that barrier. Take down the right side, and given how much open space there is, I would actually expect there to be something like a round of reinforcements. At some point, it makes too much sense. In that case, we'll him in. And it will be on an ice square that we can use to get Jean out of there.
No mistakes.
Next turn. So what do we have here? 2,000, okay. And if you loot, you don't get the counter. So yeah, I think we can just take it out directly, no issues. And then this guy. Yeah, we'll pull back somehow. Basically, if Seedall goes here, then you can pull back 3 spaces. Maybe even here. Yeah, because he'll want to pull back to safety and to an ice square. So Seedall goes here, Chloe goes here. Okay, pretty straightforward. Then, over here, we can get over to Frost and just nuke that. And this one over here does 50 magic attack, possibly 52. I think that's okay. Yeah, we'll be fine. And that will take it down completely. Once again.
I'll begin. Next one's mine.
Good wind.
Indeed, we get within forcing it to attack from range. I don't think we can, just because its movement is so high. We can camp up here. And yeah, we'll be fine. I don't think she's going to get hit. Not too much. So who do we want to send with her up here? We have some pretty hard-hitting characters here. It looks like we'll probably want Eichner after all. He's available. Then we'll want to get into position to push right. Against a staff user over here, yep. Probably fine. Yeah, because if these two take the left flank by themselves, we'll probably be able to just take the right. Although we might want to have Constance available on the left just to make sure we get everybody enough movement. Okay, I think we'll start pushing to the right then. To not get hit by the silence, of course. Does she have a silence immunity? I don't remember. No. And yeah, we'll get on the ice. And yeah, probably just send her to the left. About a little bit. Now let's get on the ice. Yep, that'll predictably miss. Okay, so we should be able to just park here with her. And just wait. We can drop a Dragon Vein just to heal her as well. Not a big deal. There we go, there's doors down. That's a lot of ice to get us moving.
Oh, more of the floor is...
That's fine, luckily we've cleared the enemies already. This means I've got a lot more room to move. And dagger will hit just fine over here. That's likely what we'll do. And we'll pull her back.
I just want to live in peace.
Okay, 8 movement. Plus 2 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 2 range. Hang on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, just to be safe. Now, both of these will want to attack in with 47. Also, her power has been expended. It's actually really important to know. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And Axe is going to do pretty well against a spear. That's going to be an issue. So I might actually just want to camp here. Yeah, this has not necessarily gone well. I mean, it's pretty hard. Might just be what we need. The axe breaking the spear is an issue. In that case, let's park her here, and then if she goes up by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, then she's out of range. However, if she's able to soak damage from these, $47. Yeah, maybe she's able to do it. Let's camp here first, though, because otherwise, nothing else will happen. And likes to spear. In that case, we'll stay on a spear. At most, we'll just have one attacker come in and get a break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not great. That's okay, we'll pull her out afterwards. Just to heal one at a time, if we can. And in fact, we can swap. If I'm not mistaken. Or reposition, yeah, swap works too. Technically it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1, 2, 3, so yeah, that'll be fine. Oh, not the character I thought that was. Oh yeah, here it is. Let's read here. Oops. Yeah, that's fine. I was looking at the wrong thing. Now, is that the right choices? Okay. We'll swap her out then. I think she can still be hit by one tomahawk, but that's okay. Yeah, it'll probably break her, and then she'll just have to soak it. Indeed, of course we're able to get Sigurd over there. But I think the thing we'll be going for is trying to take out one of these. Got a lot of movement range here, which tells me I can get pretty far. His movement range over here is just going to go up to here. Stay on the top row. And we might be able to make this happen. So... okay, let's do it. Then that should be fine. Well then, move back here probably. That it is not quite taking it down. Oh, so close too. That's okay, it'll block the spot. I think standing there is going to be fine. Be aware of the 50 coming in. Yeah, that'd be about 36 points. That's actually quite a lot to deal with. Well, that might be a bit of a risk. I want to just pull this back then. Or top them off. The extra 10. Yeah, not quite there, but... so I wonder if Engage would put us over the line? Maybe. Not quite. $26 here. Well, there's a way I could pump this up slightly. Okay, that's fine. Everybody else is just way out of position. We could even try to Flame Gambit. Because then it'll take damage from fire getting into the next turn. But I don't want to use the ability yet, I think. It's just something we should save instead. Yeah, because that'll potentially do 9. Another 9 would take you down to 34. Yeah, it's too close. Because how much does this do? Magic attack 50. So I have to soak 36. Yeah, that'll be a little too much, but if we attack into this like this, let's stay with that. 36% though. I think maybe we can take a run at it. Could end quite badly if we do take more damage though, because yeah, it'll take you down to 34, and that would probably. I also, as an incoming attacker, this guy attacks twice. We have to remember that. So maybe it's best to stand back. Okay. Actually, Chain Guard might not be a bad idea. Just switch off the weapon first. Yeah, 7 movement on this guy. I think we do just park in front. And we might need to use this now, yeah. Not quite. Let's see if we want to commit to this, because very low percentage chance, but at the same time. Now, why am I assuming there's a double attack coming from this one? No, I'm not assuming that. I'm just assuming that's just going to hit hard. So we'll definitely need some defense around here. Yeah, this should not be too much of a concern. Maybe we park directly here. Do we poke it? 40% crit. If we don't poke it, that'll be 18 and 34. That's still too much. Well, one is going to sit over there, so I have to think about this very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can I reach? Not really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And yeah, I think we'll stick with it. Hopefully this works. Took me a long time to decide this one. Yeah, it's going to prioritize the silence staff anyway, so. There we go, that takes that out. It was a little bit rough, but we got it. That's why it was a critical decision. Sometimes things look a little scary, but they are actually deterministic. and replete with options. Okay, so at this point, we see it all back here as well. I guess we do. Oh yeah, she's silenced. So no spells. That's okay. This pile of stuff here, we can get rid of it. Indeed. So Louis, we should be able to get some of this stuff pretty hard.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, indeed, I have engage over here, but we should save engage when we actually need it. Ideally, I want to one-shot somebody here so we can get up here and smack the next one. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can always just attack into that.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, it's not going to be too efficient. Let's just see if we can continue it. Because the freeze is a bit of a problem, isn't it? No, I mean, if we use the Byleth power, then that's okay. We can always reload it afterwards. Here. Which means that we should actually attack in as aggressively as we can. Pull back here and double them both. Yeah, that's going to hit nice and hard. Not hard enough. But that'll basically account for having 4 attacks. Indeed. We can go down here like this. Yeah, because this skeleton crew here is going to have plenty of attacks available. Either one of these will do. We'll stand here, just given how we're going to improve our position.
A right and proper end.
Okay. And we'll stop this here. And Goddess stands both of them, I think. We'll actually stand here so we can pull it back immediately.
Help me be a righteous dragon. No hesitation.
As usual with those activated abilities, I do not get access to counter afterwards, I believe. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. The physical attacks 19, 16. Yeah, no will attack. And that'll be a nice hit. Do I need to do this at range? Not really. Yeah, I do. I should.
That was eye-opening.
Okay, got that done. Now we should be able to get in here and Brave Lance will just kill it, so we don't need to engage either. We can just attack into it, and we'll be doing just fine. And we'll take a turn to grab chests and everything. And then activate the last gate when ready. Okay. 25 and 25. It's just barely short of what we need. Yeah, but that's okay. That's what reloading is for. Reloading that. So Jean can probably pop a heal. In fact, I like that.
Here goes.
And the support here may be able to get me over the line. Not quite. Now, nothing I can do over here except... I wonder if engage would Warp Ragnarok would actually get me over. Where does it even say that I'm silenced? No, I clearly am. Anyway, Seal can also just reload Jean. Now, yeah. Let's just do this first. It's not going to be too useful against somebody who hasn't moved yet. But yeah, we can just double that up then. 41% from the opposition, we're fine. Spending way too long on decisions that actually are trivial. Okay, well, it's this over here. Also, she's way out of position. Let's get her back out. And self-heal as we go. Okay, one hit point over here. We'll just need to poke it down.
I won't falter! This time, victory was mine.
Okay. That's all set. Yeah, we can grab anything else we like. Yeah, that guy's just waiting to bust out. Probably fine if we use Jean, actually. And after that, we need to be aware of whatever it is Tiki's going to do. Maybe go for the chests here first, then. Just for simplicity. especially now that Louie and Ike are way out of position. Rescue staff, always very useful. We're running low. Yeah, I probably don't want all of the best characters there at once, but that's okay. We'll complete the rite of passage. Okay, so now who do we get with this one? Yeah, probably move her up. I mean, gate could go down at any moment now, so probably even just get her down. And again with a Dragon Vein, just in case we need the heals. Okay, all that's done. Just need to move this little cluster. We'll kind of need to be at the vanguard here. And make some significant headway. Let's see. Everybody's engaged power is restored over here. We don't really need to play around with that very much. And we'll move this up front. And yeah, basically one turn off from the ideal timing. We'll manage to do it somehow. Maybe not that far out of position. Let's get up front. And let's move over here. Okay, I think we're going to say that will be it. Okay, that's all stuck. We'll unstick it. Should be able to burst into that. And warp staff, excellent. Again, we were very short on those. Now, hopefully, we're not so far out of position that we just get surrounded by souvenirs.
The other door has opened.
You are incredible.
Okay, now she's in her dragon form. Again, we should probably... Oh yeah, we probably should have stalled and hit this guy from afar just because it works. Okay, so now we finally have Tiki showing up to play. This is how many range? One range, one range. Strikes foes in an area at half defense. Half of whose defense? Effective against dragon. Yeah, we need to be aware of this. That is okay. Easily inflicts fatal wounds. That's an interesting description. I wonder if it actually does potentially give you instant kill or something, or if it gets you some kind of effect that must be dispelled. I think we just need to get out of her way. Everything is one range though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe just take out as much as I can just to see what we can do. Now this is going to not hit nearly hard enough. 74% return, yeah, it is going to take a pretty big sizable hit. Wormslayer is not quite there. Everything's always just so close. I think we need to bait this out for sure. It's going to cause too many issues otherwise. Anyway, where were we? Losing track slightly. Yeah, Citrus Celica. You can do that. Just at pretty great cost. Do we want to reduce the enemy's hit chance against us? That's going to be a 100% hit on my end. Yeah, we just need to back her out of there afterwards. We should be fine. Probably get Jean up there as a mecha tank. .64, and it actually does push back. Speed up to 30. Okay, 33 on the dagger. Just gonna make sure this adds up properly. Now this will do 48 at first and then take some return damage. This will do quite a bit better. I like that. We'll do that actually, that reduces damage coming in. Try the best job of it. And we'll want to get off Flashing Fists. Just to avoid the problems that do come with that, it's going to be 36 to 40. Okay, so might be something close to that. Okay, probably tap in and fall back. 8 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, you're for already at this area. You're already stuck. Anyway, this needs to get in. Defense 20 on these ones. Well, Warp Ragnarok could actually solve one of these issues. The problem is how it counterattacks. For example, with a 64 at some point? No. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Yeah, everything's really quite clunked up. This location right now. Okay, so no return damage at least. We'll definitely need to get him, so let's get him. And we'll just create a fair bit of space if we can. Until someone makes a mistake, and then the evaluation stops. Okay, so at this point, we should maintain this position. Okay, so how do I have that much range on this? Oh, because of the ice, yeah. So I've got 9 movement listed here. This is already on the canter, though. Okay, let's then pull out. Okay, here. Yeah, so 64 here is really kind of a problem, but if we kind of just break through first. Or even camp up here with something else. Now to think about this. Let's be 30. I have to really look at this carefully. Now, the speed that we have here is 30, so 25 will get doubled. That's not good. How much did that do? 42. These are all physical, though. Okay. That's good to know. Probably can't get her too far up then. Yeah, but the whole idea here was to put on a little bit of shielding. I've been dancing around this particular move for a while now, but I do want to get it right. Now we can't burn down any single one of these. Back switching. a good idea. It's just that this would be able to attack in, and so would this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Yeah, so we do kind of need to hold position over here. Maybe even right over here. Since everything is at one range. Possibly, though, using the engage ability here will also work. In fact, yeah, we need to stall until we get somebody to start killing this. Except, no, we can do better than that. We can actually do Warp Ragnarok on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can just do that. Send her over. Maybe not this turn. Because, of course, the issue with that... I know she can hit. Now, the problem is that if she's hit with a Silent Staff a second time, then she's kind of stuck in terms of being able to attack into it. And the question is, will we take out the other two quickly? Yeah, 64. It's going to hit pretty hard. Just figuring out what I can do with it. Possibly if we just switch to shielding, but then you get doubled. Yeah, I think we just need to sit on this. And also prevent the pushback on a smash. So for example, if one of these hits with the dagger, 36, we'll still be able to defend. So I think we just park here. Leave things as is. Shielding Art's still going to be speed 30, so I think maybe Shielding Art's fine. Let me just defend. Won't really do much, but then you're able to stall. Just get everything to pile in. Yeah, maybe move back by 1, and then you've got speed 28 and 26. How fast is this? 233. So if you get doubled with that, 40 attack against 26. It's 14 and 14. Okay. Creates fog. And it is an area attack. Okay, we'll have to see what happens. I think we just need to pull it back. We've been looking at this for too long. The Chain Guard also works. In fact, yeah, if we stay on shield, then we just Chain Guard into this instead. We might actually be fine. And then we send someone else up. Yeah, we should be able to draw this in then. Okay. I spent too much time looking at this and don't feel like I've really mapped it out properly. However, yeah, Warp Ragnarok should actually be able to get around any kind of silence here. Indeed, if we put a second unit in here, perhaps we can bait the silence. idea... So we warp over here. This guy. If we get hit by silence, then that just happens. And we'll try to loot. You gotta snap off of this. Well, let's just do it.
Not about to stop.
We've been talking about it for long enough. Chess Bundle, yeah, I'm back to it after about a month off. It's expansion content. I bought the expansion pass for this. Now that all of the content has been released. So we have a couple of extra maps, as well as an additional story campaign that I'll be doing after that, so we are back to this. Just trying to untangle a lot of knots here. Okay, so back down to 1 unit. I think if we stand here, we're probably going to be fine. Now, hopefully, we don't die. I'm just delaying the inevitable. Oh, you mean in terms of going back to Scrabble? Yeah. Yeah. No, I've been trying to find time for it. Probably won't happen until at least May, though, because I do have a couple of disruptions in late April and early May where I'll be streaming much less anyway. And we have The Legend of Zelda coming in May, which is going to take up a lot of attention. So, okay, I didn't get silence here, which is good because it means I can smack this. Also, these guys are fine. And these guys are way out of position anyway, so no reason to really do much with that. Okay, so everything here is in a cluster. I can probably freeze this cluster at this point. I just need to burn down the first unit here, and that's fine because we've got plenty of opportunity to do that. In fact, if I just swap positions here, should be able to burn this down twice. Yeah, problem is I'm kind of stuffed in this position right now. However, if I use engage, I will actually be able to get the kill. Flashing Fist, yeah, I can do it. And then we can attack into it twice. And then we'll have to figure out where the remaining point of damage is coming from. Don't like that it's just 70%ish though. Let's do it this way.
I still have a lot
You'll at least be in my country for a first time in what? Yeah, I was hoping to go to Montreal that weekend as well, but unfortunately, as I was telling Josh already, I do have a major personal conflict that weekend. So no Scrabble for me, unfortunately. Was hoping to do Niagara later in a month as well, but my ability to travel to tournaments, as I've been saying, has been pretty severely curtailed this season, so not really counting on it. Okay, so 100% here, we'll take it.
Allow your soul the rest it deserves.
Now that we've teleported into the box, we can't get back out. Okay. So we've got a couple of things we can do here. We can reload this guy, get a second life bar down, and then the problem with that is they'll take quite a bit of damage after the fact, but I think we'll be fine. Let's dance and then pull back. Pull back a couple of tiles so we can open up some space here. let's see if we have another option for taking down this unit. And we can always go engage and then freeze it in position along with the other units up above. And we're also able to do this. Yeah. Let's see here if we can actually find the right position for this. I'm also able to buff this up using Instruct. That might be the right idea. Because then we'll get a couple of additional stats here, which will perhaps allow me to bust through, but no, I think we'll probably need to stall an additional turn looking at this. Because we're just kind of short by one move. The Flame Gambit's going to do okay. Yeah, I guess it overlaps on top of an existing attack as well. Also, if we just put in the engage.
Emblem engage.
What are the combat arts? Fallen Star? No. Oh, I guess it depends on who the partner is, so that's not going to work. However, if I'm able to hit this from range, like the Wind Sword, it doesn't do enough. It's Wind Strike with Wind Sword. No, none of these do enough. So we'll just go back to the standard weapon. And 79% on that, 95% of that. But yeah, we want to get off of the Flashing Fist because I take too much damage in return. This will hopefully do it, though. I think, though, that if one of these attacks misses, then we have a pretty big problem on our hands. We'll go for it.
No more!
Why do we repeat our mistakes?
Okay, it's fine. And unfortunately, I think we do need one additional turn to finish this off. However, actually, no, we don't. Because Ivy is able to get in here, attack, and pull out. So, assuming that she can hit, we'll need to go engage for sure. Because then she can also freeze the enemy in place. And then
Emblem engage.
we may actually be able to finish this off depending on the hit rate. Now, does this do anything? No. It's too weak. Go 29 with 60% to 26 with 70%. That's set 27 damage remaining. Do that. And it also lowers everybody's stats, which means that it should be able to get the kill as long as it hits. Even if it doesn't hit, though, it may actually be fine because of the stats being lowered, such that if it's like a -4 into speed, that's not going to matter. It's already baked into the calculation. So let's just go with this 70% engage and pull back afterwards. Okay, that's going to hit, so we will win this turn. Because I'm allowed to pull back. That was the key here. And nothing in particular I want to do to pad out time with these units up here, so I think we're just ready to go. I won't have time for a second map today. I think this is all we'll be doing, and so we'll be logging off pretty shortly after this one. So we're going to stand here, and we should be able to get a nice clean hit. 94%. Could be better, maybe? I mean, we can see if... We'll just drop the Flame Gambit on this just to use the ability for once. Oh, you don't even need to engage in order to use the Flame Gambit, though. So that's okay, we'll just do it to be fancy.
I was wondering, do you enjoy being a divine dragon?
I do very much.
I didn't always, but now, yes. I think I do.
Also, she's making the camera flap like crazy.
I see.
Of course.
Strong.
Okay, so we're going to win the map. Took me a little while to entangle. We went pretty slowly, but it was quite vast. And it went really cleanly. Just maybe one or two close calls with nearly very damaging, if not necessarily fatal mistakes. Like not reading the break on the fist weapon and having received one critical hit from the enemy at one point as well. I think it was just one or two slight trouble spots that didn't go as expected, but we were still very much in the clear, so we will take the win. Long map. 14 turns. We haven't had one that long in quite some time. And that's 1 out of 6 down in this set. So it'll probably take me the better part of the next week to do this series, but we'll see how it goes.
You showed me your true essence as well. I would be ever so glad to help you.
Thank you, Tiki.
I'm flattered to hear you say so. My bracelet friends are here as well.
You mean there are even more bracelet emblems?
Yes, we just arrived recently. I do believe they are all sleeping. I used to have terrible nightmares about turning into a beast and hurting people.
That must have been awful.
It was. But it's better now, and now that I'm with you, I think my dreams will only be happy ones. That's why I'm so grateful not to be alone.
That won't be a problem.
I cannot wait to meet them.
So I wonder if we get to explore or loot the map.
Mama, I'm so delighted to see
like we
you
do in the main
again.
campaign, but we'll see.
It's a relief to see you
now that's
as well.
interesting. Because
now I can fulfill the promise I made to protect you.
it's possible to do this map early enough that you never see this interaction, but because we're doing it after having already completed the main campaign, we get to see this. Since otherwise Martha would not have been back in the fold at the time.
I'm glad you remember. I never forgot.
I always like to see conditional dialogue in these games.
Now that we're reunited, I know I have nothing
Since
to
they're so
fear.
vast that
This will be so much
everybody
fun.
sees something a little different.
With you by my side, Tiki, together, we will protect Helios.
I promise to give it my all. There is so much for us to talk about.
Indeed. We have a lot to catch up on.
Oh, Mama. I missed you so much.
I actually do have the temporarily available localization of Fire Emblem 1 on my Nintendo Switch here. This was something that Nintendo only released for a limited amount of time before pulling. The original game that had not left Japan back in 1991. That's the one. Anyway, Emblem Tiki has powerful draconic attacks. Yeah, we'll look at our abilities and play around with that off stream, I think, just between maps. Same way we ran things when we were doing the main campaign as well. Star Sphere. So, yeah, she's basically somebody who is going to be able to get my backline leveled up if we get a chance to use her. Unfortunately, doing the maps these this whole series this late in the game when we've already finished all the main content does mean that we don't have much time to really get much use out of these emblems, I think, but it'll be fun to play with anyway. Breath. Changes based on unit type, yeah. We might try her out on my main character just to change things up very easily, since we, barely got use out of the 3 houses emblem in this map anyway. And that kind of swaps it around often enough that we don't really have a great sense of control. And Draconic Form, yeah, very similar to what happens with the Roy emblem as well, just leveling up on the fly. And, oh yes, this is a Revival Stone mechanic if we want to just put a Resurrection on somebody as a fallback. So that's interesting. That's a huge safety net, actually, considering what a big difference that makes in a Fire Emblem game. Particularly the way we're playing it, where death is permanent. Anyway, let's see what is post-map. We'll probably be logging off pretty soon after that. So yeah, you do get to explore. I'm sure this map is also based on a location from Fire Emblem 1, but I don't really recognize it myself.
Oh my!
Okay. And we'll adopt everybody we can. Pet some more cats along the way. And yeah, we're not going to be talking here too much. We'll just loot the map.
Indeed.
And go. Like I was saying at the beginning, plugging in the expansion pass gave me so much bonus currency materials for things like weapon crafting that we'll get the opportunity to play around with that, I'm sure, but for now, we're not going to fuss around with that too much. Since we were clearly able to make it through. And the orange dot on the map indicates one additional recruitable pet. I believe, and here it is. Yeah, pretty standard fare. Not the most exotic animals here, but we'll take that and we'll probably exit the map from here. I don't think I see any other unique dialogue, which is usually with the blue bubbles. But yeah, that's how everything looks at ground level. Let's take off. Then we've got 5 more of these to go. I was expecting this to be a short map, given that we just had a party of 8, rather than the full parties of 14 or so that we were taking into the endgame, but it just turned out to be such a huge layout that we did wind up really taking our time with it, especially because we're a certain turns near the end where I was kind of unsure about how cautious we wanted to be. Recall battles. Or recall battles, I suppose. So everything is replayable just for experimentation. Okay. No experience or items. So yeah, basically they don't count. They're just a way of trying out different loadouts for experimentation. And only applicable to the expansion pass. Interesting. So, anyway, we've opened up all of these that can be done in any order. Right, because initially this said the length was about 20 turns, and we ended up on 14 turns, so that gives me a sense of how we're performing relative to the estimate. I mean, we were blasting through pretty quickly in the early turns. In terms of moves taken, we were not quick when it came to actually making the moves. Look at this, though. About 35 turns. About 30 turns. So we're looking at something potentially double the length of what we just did. We have a big map coming later at some point, which will be fun. So this is more substantial than I expected, because we hardly had anything in the main campaign last as long as some of the estimates that are being posted here, although, you know, who knows how close we'll be to that. We're probably just going to call it for the day, though. So that was Tiki's map. We got it done. We've got lots more coming. And if the parties are going to continue being so small, we will definitely have to pick and choose pretty carefully when it comes to who to bench. But the composition that I took with me into this one seemed to work out really well. Everybody, in the end, did have a very unique role to play. Even if some of them were struggling for a while and not really able to contribute too much. That's it for today, though. Fire Emblem will continue as often as I can come back to it, although we'll probably stay on Mario Maker on the weekends. And as things clear up in weeks ahead, maybe we'll make some room for other content that has been requested. But we'll see when that happens. In the meantime, though, I mean, we've got a small enough party today that we'll probably not bother with a raid, but this is another map and another recording in the can. And thank you so much for joining me, be it on the recording or live or anywhere, anyone else. And thanks again for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful week ahead of you. See you again soon. And above all, fare thee well.